So this video is a follow-on on the introduction to grammar. So grammar is used widely in text to influence the audience of the discourse. So there's three types I'm going to go through. So the first is grammar and tense. So events which happened in the past can be written in the present tense to be more impactful. So the example below gives a sense of excitement. So for example, if I said, so he ran up the stairs and he gave her a kiss before she left, this is just a simple statement, there's no kind of emotion in the sentence. Whereas if I said, so he runs up the stairs and he gives her a kiss before she left, it seems more exciting in my opinion, and you could have even gone further and said before she leaves, therefore making everything in the progressive aspect, or present tense, and it makes it seem more exciting. And this style of writing is primarily used in newspaper headlines and in youth dialect, and it's because it engages the audience and like I said, it's exciting. So next we have grammar and plurals. So plurals can also be used to create imagery, and this feature is often used for emphasis. So for example, there was a ton of people surrounding them. The singular form of ton, even though it's a huge quantity, in this sentence you're only thinking, right, there's a lot of people surrounding the person or the people. Whereas in the second example, there were tons of people surrounding them. The plural form of ton in this instance makes you visualize a hell of a lot more people. So that's just an example of morphology, which was in the last video, and how it can be used for imagery, for effect, for emphasis. Finally then, we've got grammar and adjectives. So the use of adjectives can have great persuasive abilities. So for example, if you're looking for a new car, take a look at a great selection of new cars in England. The second example, looking for a new car, take a look at the best selection of new cars in England. Ignore our, don't know why that's there. But explaining the differences between these two, there's a few differences which you should point out if you're analysing this in an exam. The second example is a much more persuasive advert due to using the superlative adjective best rather than the simpler intensifying adjective great. So a superlative just means there's nothing that can be better than it. And in this we can see that it's the best. And furthermore, the second example also begins with a question which involves the audience immediately. Thirdly, the first example uses the indefinite article a before the simple intensifier great. This thus could be referring to any great selection of new cars. It doesn't refine it to being their selection of cars or a particular selection. It's just a great selection. You know, that a could be anything. Whereas in the second example where it says the best selection of cars, it's using the definite article, and this is making its reference very specific. It's the best selection of new cars. It makes you be able to visualise that, okay, they know exactly what they're talking about. Whereas the first one, it's a bit vague, and that's the sort of things you would spot in the exam. So hopefully that helps. Yeah.